So I'm just back from an Aldi shop. Today is Thursday. We are day 4 into week 2 and I've done shopping for the next week. It's just me. Billy is away at work. The kids aren't here, so it's just me on my own. Let's have a look at what I bought. All right, so here everything is. I said that I was at Aldi's. I also went to Morrisons as well. And my food plan for the week, probably be easier to show you that first so that you know what I'm planning on having. So basically, you might need to pause the screen to see this, but I have 3 breakfasts that I'm going to be having for the week. Different lunches and dinners, lots of chicken and fish. So I'm getting my lean meats and my protein. I'm also going to be trying cottage cheese. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so that's how that looks. So the plan this week is to try and have protein at every meal. At breakfast time, it's predominantly either a protein bar, a protein powder in a smoothie, or some yogurt. So I have bought kefir yogurt. Now, usually I buy a flavoured one. The one that I usually get wasn't available, so I did get this, and I have a vanilla flavouring that I can add to it because I usually get vanilla. So with that, I have my pomegranate seeds and my blueberries, which I can't seem to find. There they are, they're over there for my cereals. And so I got these nice protein bars, peanut butter flavour, and they've got about 21 grams of protein. So I don't want to be having processed stuff like this too often, but it will help when I'm in a rush or a dash or I'm not quite sure what I want, and I can have some protein. So here it is. Here is the infamous cottage cheese. Cottage cheese has been going mental online, and I'm like really keen to try it. And I know that you can do lots of different things with cottage cheese, whether you can make it savoury or sweet. And I think you can like use it to bulk out your eggs, whether it's scrambled eggs or your boiled eggs. You can also use it to make wraps as well. Like, it seems really versatile. It's super cheap. Don't even know how much this costs, but like, hold on, I'll go check. There you go. It's £1.39 for 300 grams. I'm planning on using that 3 or maybe 4 times. It's supposed to be really high in protein. I think I tried it once before years ago, and it's really mild, quite like a mozzarella, but it's a much wetter consistency. I will be either taking videos or photos of the meals that I make. So, and then I've got my falafel, I've got Moroccan style ones this week. Last week I bought Mediterranean styles. These are amazing to have in wraps. I just put them in the air fryer on full temperature for 6 minutes, and it heats them up nicely, and the outside's just slightly crispy. And I don't know if anyone else is like this, but our Aldi for some reason stopped selling the aloe vera toilet roll, and now I have to get this coconut stuff. But I really miss the aloe vera stuff. It was really good. So I've got lentils and I've got celery because I'm planning on making a lentil soup. I've got my pears to make my stewed pears for my kefir bowl. Eggs. I usually buy eggs every week anyway. I've bought this already cooked sliced frozen chicken. And a lot of people might be like, oh, that's gross. But when you're cooking for one, it's extremely handy because you can just grab a handful and either put it straight into the pan to cook, or you can let it defrost in the fridge overnight and your chicken is ready to go. All you need to do is flavour it. So it is really handy. Rather than buying like a full pack of chicken breast or chicken thighs and having to divvy them up, this is a cheaper and quicker alternative, and it's really handy when you're cooking for one, which unfortunately a lot of the time I am just cooking for one. So I bought my fish, managed to get a discount, and for the first time in probably years, I'm going to be having salmon. Although I like salmon, I just don't eat it very much. Oh my gosh, and these bottles as well. These bottles were only £2.79 each. They're so nice. I love the colours. I like them so much that I couldn't decide which one to get, so I just bought both. And they say they are approximately 900 mils. You can see the difference between 7 and 8, and then between 8 and the top. So I would say maybe 850 or at least 800. My existing bottle, which is in the background over there, is about 700 mils, and I've had it a really long time, and I think it's starting to get a bit like just worn looking. You can tell it's got like dishwasher damage and everything. So I've been looking for a replacement for a while, and this is really nice. It's got like your times on it. and little comments to keep you going, like a wee bit of a motivational things, which I'm not really that interested in, but I suppose it's nice to have it. It's nice to have the measurement on it. At least you'll be able to like look at the time of day and the mils to see, are you on track? It's got straw on the top, trying to move this with one hand. Oh my gosh, that's stiff. And it does have a straw inside. Now, whenever I've tried to replace the bottle I've got in the background, the biggest thing is that either the bottle isn't strong and sturdy enough, which this one is, like I'm squeezing it, it's really sturdy. It's not glass, it is plastic. I know that we should be moving away from plastic, but I like carry my bottle everywhere, so I'm quite happy to have plastic. I don't want to like be having tin or glass anywhere. But yeah, usually with these bottles, it is the straw mechanism that sometimes this doesn't work very well. Like you have to position it in a certain way. So I'll need to see how these ones go once I've given them a wash. It could be that I use both per day, like one that has electrolytes in it, one that just has water, or you know, there's lots of different other drinks that you can make up during the day. I might take one and leave it in our apartment in Spain. I might use one as a travel one and then one for the house. I'm not sure. Might let Billy's daughter use one as well. I just thought they were so nice and I could not decide over the colour. It's not really coming out well in the video, but they are so nice. They really are. So really, and like really cheap as well. So I'm really happy with that. I'm trying to think that's pretty much it with the shopping. I haven't bought a lot of veg because I've already got a lot of veg in the fridge already. I've got peppers, courgettes, carrots, and I've got edamame beans in the freezer that I'm wanting to use for stir fries. I've got rice packets already good to go to have with my salmon. I'm going to be doing roasted veg with sea bass. So each of these, because of the dates on them, I'm going to have to portion them up. I'm going to have to divide them, portion them up separately and freeze them, take them out the freezer the day before I plan to cook them. The salmon will likely be roasted in the oven, whereas the sea bass I will cook in a pan. And got some hummus to have with my wraps or as a snack. Got some apples for a snack. Got an avocado in case I want to chuck that in somewhere. And some strawberries. I thought strawberries, these look really good. Usually the strawberries in Aldi have like white tops, but these are all red and look really nice. And I thought they would be like a nice sort of sweet treat to have. So, and I've got my sourdough in the background. The diluting is for Billy. I've got my cordial for like a tonic drink that I make up. I'll do a different video on that. But I think that is it. I've pretty much covered nearly everything. So at one point or another, you'll see what I'm making this week with all of this. Enjoy. Here I'm making up what I have called my Kefir Bowl. I've mentioned it before. So I start off with some stewed pears. I just peel and chop these, cook them in water with lots of cinnamon and nothing else, just until they go a bit thick and syrupy. So I add a couple of spoonfuls of these and I heat them up in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Then I grab my kefir yogurt and add in around 3 heaped tablespoons of this. Then I grab my blueberries, and don't worry people, these have been washed. So it's about a handful of blueberries that you want to add here, and a sprinkle in quite a lot of pomegranate seeds as well. Then you're grabbing a handful of pecans. This works out at about 15 or 18 grams worth of pecans if you want to weigh them out. And I usually just crush these up by hand, but you can chop them as well. I usually use 2 hands when I do this. And then I sprinkle in some pumpkin seeds. Again, if you wanted to weigh this out, it's roughly about 5 grams of pumpkin seeds. And that's it. There you have it. Then I just mix it all together because I like to make sure that the cinnamon from the pears is coating and spread everywhere because I am a big fan of cinnamon. So nice. Not too sour. And the yogurt's not bad either. So I don't need to get vanilla anymore. So here's some other meals that I made for myself during the week, and I'll talk about these a little bit more when I do my second week review. So first we're starting off here with a falafel wrap. And then we've got some sea bass with roasted veg here. A wonderful chicken stir fry. And salmon and rice with some fresh veg. All right, so I'm trying out this cottage cheese. So I have a slice of sourdough and I've cut it into 3 where I've put the cottage cheese on top. I've got one that's just plain, it's just cottage cheese. And I see everywhere that you can make it sweet or savoury. So I've got one with some tomato, which I think people have put like basil and balsamic dressing on it and everything. And then I've got one here with strawberries and a little drizzle of honey. So everyone's going crazy about cottage cheese, and I really want to like cottage cheese because I think it's really versatile and you can use it in so many different things. When I opened the packet, it just looked like creme fraiche, and actually when you read the ingredients, it has creme fraiche in it. But then you mix it and it's like, it's just lumpy creme fraiche. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna have a bite of each and see how I go. Yeah, a bit of tastes a little bit like cream cheese. Right, so here's the savoury one. Oh my god. That little bit of tomato makes such a difference. I think that would be really nice. I have balsamic glaze and I also have apple cider vinegar. I think that would be worth a try. Okay, I'm really looking forward to this one, the sweet side of it. Okay. Those strawberries are so good. Oh, just slightly tart. I can see why you need the honey. The strawberries aren't tart, but the strawberries combined with the cottage cheese. There's just a slight, ever so slight tartness in the flavour, and the honey just helps mellow that and bring the balance of sweetness that you're looking for. That's really good. That is really good. All right, so I'll finish them in a minute. You can see I've got my bottle here today that I was talking about from the Aldi shop, and I think the blue one is behind me. So yesterday that matched my outfit, and today this matches my outfit. And it's pink at the bottom because I have an electrolyte tablet in it. But I've already had one of these today. At the moment, it's just gone 1:30, and the time down here is 1. So yeah, like you're starting this at 2. So I'm a little ahead, and I've already had a cup of coffee as well. But I love this bottle. It's so nice. It's nice and sturdy. Like there's a tiny bit of give if you squeeze it. But it feels, you know, if it's going to drop on the floor, you're not going to worry about denting it or anything. And it doesn't matter what position you have the like top of the straw in, it's really easy to drink. I've had bottles before that have straws inside that you have to position this very specifically in order to get a good amount of water through. But oh, this is so good. I'm so glad I bought it. Now I have the house to myself over the next week, and I have so much to do. I have got so much cleaning that I'm behind on. I keep all of the tasks that I do in the house on an Excel sheet. It helps keep me right. I used to be an analyst, so it really helps for me to record things all the time. And it means that whenever a job is done, all I need to do is put the date into this file, and then it tells me when it's due again. Obviously, if it's dirty, I'll clean it sooner. But just to keep on top of things where, you know, you don't want some tasks in the house to go too long and you can't remember when it's done. Things like cleaning the mirrors or in your windows, and like odd jobs like your skirting or, you know, checking for cobwebs and dust and things. There are some things that, you know, if you keep on top of it, they won't catch you out. So I'm really behind in a lot of these, and this is the list that I have to work on over the next week. There's a lot in here. So I've got all my tasks that I need to do downstairs and upstairs. I've got like miscellaneous tasks that need doing, like dyeing my hair and updating my vitamins. I've got washing and laundry items that need doing, some cooking that I need to be doing, and I've got shopping. I've got some shops that I need to go to as well. On top of that, I also have a consultation at an orthodontist about my teeth as well. But yeah, so this list is everything that I want to get done over the next week before Billy comes home, when I have the house to myself and I can decide what I do and when I do it without any interruptions, and that when something's clean, it stays clean and nobody is using it. So what I do is I print this from the master file, and then I have a look at this, and then I write myself a little to-do list of what I want to achieve that day or in the next couple of hours. By doing this bit, it means I'm not always looking at this and getting daunted or overwhelmed about everything that I need to do. It means I can just break all this down, and then as I do each item and score it off, once my list is complete, I can then go back to this one and write in the dates that it was completed. And then once this is done, I can update my file upstairs, and then it will tell me when it's due again. So there's various tasks in here. Some are done on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, quarterly, annually, biannually, you know, it depends what parameters you set on it. So this is what I'm working on. I've been trying to put it off so much, and but I really need to get to grips with it. So this is what I'm tasked with, but I won't be doing it until I finish this.